Perfect. Thank you all for being here. A couple of new faces, which is really nice to see. I know a couple of you, like Maria, clicked through our emails that you saw today, and we probably haven't chatted before, but I do appreciate you jumping on and spending some time with us this afternoon. But as you can see, today's event is going to be all about just sharing strategies that we use to help businesses, in Australia grow their ecom brand from anywhere from scratch up until 40K per month. And then honestly, we do help brands beyond that as well to scale up towards 400K per month as well. We're going to go through all of what that kind of looks like and share with you some strategies that we're using. And there's a couple goals or actually a couple must-dos first I want to go through. So first one is just try and put away, look, it's going to be probably about 60 minutes today. So if you can, that'd be awesome to really lock away that time. If you have people in the background or kids or anything, that's completely fine. We'll just keep everyone on mute until maybe you want to ask a question, and then you can come off mute. A couple of you already using your webcams. It's awesome. It's lovely to see faces on these things. And lastly, as a couple of you already have, we do try to make these pretty interactive. So we do have that chat function at the bottom. So make sure we're using that throughout. So if I ask any questions, you can just reply to me there, and it just helps things go a whole lot smoother. But a couple of you already have, so I think we're all on board there. So a couple of goals I want to run through today. So I know everyone here is kind of in maybe a different level of e-commerce, in the journey. We'll kind of go through that in a little bit as well to get an idea of where everyone's at. But some things I really want to help you guys nail today is going to be how to turn more browsers into buyers on your website. And what this is basically getting at is the idea of conversion rate optimization. And all conversion rate is simply is say 100 people land on your website and one buys from you. That's a 1% conversion rate. So naturally, the higher your conversion rate is, the more sales you will make from the same amount of traffic coming to your website. So for us, this is a really, really big focus for us, and we'll go through a lot of this when we do audit a couple of websites today. And secondly, is to see, I know a couple of you are probably already running ads for your business or have tried to run ads for your business before. Maybe you work with agencies or you just tried it out yourself, and potentially you didn't really see the results you're after. A lot of people really struggle kind of breaking into like profitability when it comes to spending money on, say, Meta or Google to get traffic to their website. And we're going to go through a couple of reasons why that may have been the case for you and why you didn't see that success when running ads with your business. And lastly is going to be a bit of a plan. So I want everyone to be able to game plan and leave at the end of this session with an understanding on, this is what I need to focus on next in my business to see the growth that I want to see. And a couple of questions I usually get about this is, is this going to work for me? Is this going to be worth my time? And people usually ask it because they want to know, is it going to work? The information we give you is going to work for your niche specifically. I know we got a couple of people here with, varying niches in your brands. And just to let you know, yes, we work with just about every niche you could think of. I think it's mainly just not taboo niches like, alcohol, cigarettes, that kind of thing. We don't really go into that venture, but anything outside of that realm, we've sold it. We've helped people grow businesses to sell it. So yes, we can help you no matter what niche you're selling in. Will it work at your size is an important one. Again, there's going to be a lot of people who watch this who are maybe scaling their businesses. There's going to be some people who are just starting, who haven't even got a product yet, and that's both completely fine. Yes, the stuff that we teach people, or rather the stuff that we do for brands who are already doing 50K and want to scale, it's the same things that we actually teach you as fundamentals to people who are just starting. So it doesn't matter where you are. This is going to be a helpful information session for you today. And lastly, is it relevant now? This is a really important question that you guys should always be asking. And just to let you know, everything that we teach is directly derived from the results that we get with the clients that we work with and the businesses that we help build. So it's kind of proven every single day. So yes, it's all up to date. This is going to work for you this year. It's going to work for you next year. It's going to work for you as long as we keep doing this thing, basically. And there's a couple of people who I typically look out for who I think that we get the best results for. And it's kind of like, if you're one of these people, then you're the kind of person that I want to help. And it's really usually someone who is passionate about wanting to do this. And you can find your why in a couple of things. Sometimes people just really love that product that they're selling. They want to get it out there as much as possible. Sometimes people are just really business minded and they really want to create a nice business they can be proud of. Some people have they want to create a legacy they can leave for their kids. Regardless, these are all great reasons. And as long as you know why you're in this, then you're someone I definitely think that we can help. Secondly, it's going to be people who feel overwhelmed. You've probably gone to e-commerce not really knowing originally how many things there are, how many moving parts there can be. And sometimes it can kind of, feel like you're drowning almost and trying to spin all the plates and keep them up. at the same time, trying to grow this business while you're probably also, got a full-time job, have kids, all these other things, that are making it, very hard for you just to pull out the time in a week to work on your business. So that's the kind of person we really want to help get clarity on how to, move forward. And lastly, if we're all being very honest, and I was asked you why we're growing our businesses, it's because, it's so we can make money, so we can build the lives that we want. And we don't want to build a business that we have to build our lives around. We want to build a business around the lifestyles that we want, ideally. And that's what our biggest goal is to help you achieve. It's not about, burning ourselves down just to make a bit of money at the end of the month. We want to really create those lifestyles that we are happy to, to live for the next couple of years. And that's what it's all about in everything that we teach you. Now, typically, when Paul's around, I'll get him to kind of get up and introduce himself. Is he in the chat at all, Chris, or should I just
He's
kind
here
of...
now, mate. He's here now.
Oh,
Look on your
beautiful.
screens.
No, I
Hi,
can't. I
Chris.
can't see
Snuck
when you're
in.
presenting. I can't see Paul. So,
There you go.
Paul.
Hey, Chris. I'm over here. Can you see
Oh,
me?
Paul, thanks for jumping in. How are you, man? Good to see
Good,
you.
man. Good. Good to see you.
Awesome. I
Sorry,
thought I
I
might
was a bit.
talk about you a little bit, so maybe you can just take over from here.
Do you want me to do it? I can do it. All right. No worries. Yeah.
Amazing.
So short version. So as I rudely interrupted Chris, you're doing a great job as always. So trying to make him laugh and spit his water everywhere. So I've been in the e-commerce space nearly as long as Rod Hyatt has been alive. I'm just looking at the guests here, and Rod looks at least 25, 30 at a peak. So started in e-com all the way back in 1997 at mum and dad's house, and I sold technology products on the internet back when technology products were just getting started. Basically, like ADSL, not even ADSL one. I started selling like dial-up modems. Anyone remember back in the day when you'd come home from school and you'd dial up to the internet for 3 hours, and then it'd be, then you get disconnected when mum's phone rung. So I started all the way back then. So built a business called Warcom, sold about 40 mil of products, sold that business in 2014 to an ASX business. That company was then acquired by a company called Harris Technology, who's still around, and everything was rolled into that brand. I started an agency called Insightful Insightful started as our website development company that built all the technology for my Warcom brand. So when I sold the Warcom brand, we pivoted that and started doing more e-commerce sites. And then a few years ago, we pivoted fully into Shopify. Now Insightful makes about 150 sites a year in the Shopify space. So for 6, 7, 8-figure brands, co-founded the eCom Circle, which you will see and hear all about tonight with Chris about 3 years ago, probably now, I reckon. So we're currently got about 350 people in the e-commerce circle. I like to think that I've mastered the art of like hiring and building teams and working with agencies and freelancers and all that kind of stuff. I've sold pretty much everything you can possibly imagine on the internet or help people do it. Something that I pride myself on a lot, and the reason I kind of started the e-commerce circle is because I'm a dad. I've got a 3-year-old, I've got a 5-year-old, and I think that it's very important that we do all have really good e-commerce businesses, but it's more important that we actually make money so that we can support our families properly, especially what's going on in the world at the moment. So the last thing I want is like people building businesses where they're chained to their desks for 80 hours a week, doing the wrong thing. So most of the competitors in the space, they send you down a garden path doing the wrong stuff and spending a lot of time doing the wrong thing, spending money on the wrong thing. And then you have no time for your family. You have no time for your 3 cats or whatever it is that excites you outside of work. So that's why we built this thing. And also so that I can get on coaching calls and so forth inside the e-com circle. Like I did one yesterday morning and there was 50 people or something on the call, 40 or 50 or something, and I was like, I get the opportunity to talk to just a lot of people at once and go, hey guys, this is what's working right now in the space. Follow these instructions, do this thing, and you'll be like doing very well. So, yeah.
Cheers.
Back to you, Chris.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. And I mean, this is basically what you said anyway. It's you're kind of a, what do we say? You're a teach what you do kind of guy. So we get the results, you work with brands, and then you teach how you get those results to all the other brands who are trying to do the same thing. And look, these are just from a couple of weeks ago. We just went to the back end of some of the stores that we work with just to share some results on, look, there's a range of revenue here. To some, this might look like a lot. To some watching the recording of this might not look like much, but these are results we're getting with brands all the way from, very new to, being around for like 10 to 20 years. And I want to go through a couple of case studies as well, just to, kind of give you an idea, some people maybe you can think, yeah, this is someone like myself. So this is Steve from Holdcom, obviously from the website up here. You see he sells high quality hold and Commodore parts. He came to us. He was doing about 170K a month already. So this guy was ready to scale the business, and for him, we just optimized some of his sales pages. So really working that conversion optimization on some of his website pages, and then just went over his digital strategy and made sure that it was working really cleanly with his Google and Meta ads. And we were able to take him from 170 to 280K in just a matter of a few months, which is awesome. So we did that just with simple optimizations, guys. But even on the smaller scale, we got someone like Paul and Delane, or not so small anymore. But these guys, a couple who they sell, I think it's protein and collagen powders. I've even got some in my cupboard here, and they were doing a lot of markets. So it was a big market hustle for them, as some of you might be watching this or here live today. And they knew they had a good product because people were buying from them. They'd make about 6, 7K a month doing this just from that hustle. And they knew they had something, but they knew to get it out there, they had to go online. That's how they got in touch with us. And we're like, all right, cool, you got the product. Let's handle everything else here. From here, you just need the website. You need a really clear brand messaging strategy. And then we have to start sending traffic to that website. We nailed those three things. And within about 4 months, I think they're doing about 50K a month. And now you'll see this is like the latest. This was February's, I think, revenue for them from 2026. They're doing 120K in a month now, which is pretty awesome. They're really happy, and they're just kind of like they're happy with the lifestyle this kind of makes for them, and they're just kind of coasting at this point, just keeping it at that level. But we'll see where things go with them anyway. And then there's the lovely Karen who's joining us right here on the call with us. Karen, I mean, do you want to come say hi quickly? Maybe I shouldn't talk for you, but these are all your own admissions here. Maybe you can kind of give a little quick thing about what you've gone through with us.
Oh, well, I'm an Etsy seller, but I'm in a hand making type business, which I make and create teacups and tea leaf reading goods. So
That's right. Yeah.
I've been on Etsy a long time, over 10, 11 years now, and Etsy's not what it used to be, and it died really badly a few years ago. And so I went and created the Shopify store, and it was really limping along really badly. And I was probably lucky if I was only doing 2 or 3K a month in the Shopify store to start with. But then when I switched over with the help and support of you guys, and the converter kit is what I've got on my site now, it went from that 2 or 3K anywhere from 10 to 16 plus or more. So yeah, in a short span of time too.
Yeah,
So
beautiful, beautiful.
yeah.
And Karen's in our e-commerce circle. By the way, we don't ask
Mm.
Karen to come on here. She's just lovely. She loves hanging out. So she's kind of come on here on her own volition. So thank you for the time, Karen, and for chiming in there.
Mhm.
And I'll show you even another person like Jade, because obviously, look, Karen makes her own teacups. They're lovely. They're all handmade, but I know not everyone here does that. And you might be thinking, I don't have a product I want to sell yet, but I still want to do this. I want to show you Jade quickly. So Jade's a mother of two, full-time job. She came to one of these workshops about a year ago, and we gave her some pretty clear guidelines for kind of products to pick. She followed them, joined our circle, and because of how busy she is, she has about an hour between putting the kids to sleep and sleeping herself for her to work in the business. And she just watched out the recordings of our calls, came to the coaching or took the coaching lessons from those and just applied it herself bit by bit every single day to the point where we caught up the other month, and she is now doing 20K a month a year down the track just from coming along to some of these sessions and implementing the strategies that we teach her, and the same things we're going to go through today. So it doesn't matter where you are, guys. If this is something you want to do, then if you really want to grow an e-commerce business, we're not here to convince you that you should. We're just here to say, look, if you want to, this is what's working for us for all these different people that we're working with right now. And I have a bit of an unhidden agenda. So at the end of this, I'm going to ask you permission now. So just leave a yes in the chat if you're okay at the end of this, that we just share with you how you can continue to get our support moving forward if you found that this was a valuable event. So just leave a yes in the chat if you're cool with that, and we'll kind of just move on to the good stuff. I can't see the chat, guys, just because I'm sharing. Let me know if we're getting any yeses there before I move. Sorry, everyone's on mute. Can we see?
We'll assume that's fine with everyone. Chris, carry on.
Oh, yeah, no worries. Sorry, I can't see anything. Yes, 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 yeah, beautiful. There we go. You just really like push it
Oh,
out a
there we
bit.
go. Now they're flowing
No
through.
worries. Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
everyone.
Perfect. So let us know, guys, where are you in your journey at the moment? This is going to help you when we give you feedback to know roughly like kind of what level you're at now. There's no wrong answers. There's going to be a lot of people who are in startups, and that's fine. Just drop it in there if you're comfortable. That way, when we do chat with you, we know kind of what the size of your business is, and we can get a little bit more specific. So let me know, are you startup, setup, grow up, or scale up? Um, and then a couple more things. Look, guys, the reason we're able to repeat the results that we get with a lot of people is because we have a system. A lot of people accuse us of it being, luck sometimes, but it's because we have a repeatable system that we use every time we work with a new brand. And I'm going to show you what that system is. It's called our our more orders model. You'll see there's three sides to it, and we've tried to make it look very, very simple, just to kind of get the idea down. But what we're going to do is we're going to go through these three sides, and we'll have a couple guesses to what you think they might be. And then we're going to actually have Paul come up and audit some of your websites and show you how to apply these strategies to grow your business to wherever you want it to be. So, look, given I'm not getting that many replies, guys, do we want to play Hangman, or should I just jump into what these three things are?
Absolutely, you can't skip Hangman.
All right, can't skip Hangman. All right, I'll go one slide and give you all.
Best part of the whole call.
I'll give you all a bit of a clue. So, guys, there are
always good.
three sides to this model. They all start with S and T. I'll give you the second one, ST. I want you guys to have a couple guesses. What do you think each of these three sides will be? Just to give you a bit of an idea, these are the three levers that we'll pull for any brand that we work with who want to scale. Or if someone's starting from scratch, these are the things that we teach them how to nail from the start. And this is what we do to help people get more sales. What do you think each three of these sides are? I know there's a couple of people who have already been to these before. That if you can just let the newbies have a guess, that'd be awesome. But let's see, what do people think? Okay, have some
people get on there
guys.
and they go, I don't know how to play Hangman. Has anyone never played Hangman? Everyone never watched Wheel of Fortune, or like, I'm looking around the room.
Hangman on Wheel of Fortune.
Well, you got to guess the things behind the stuff, right? Same concept. So
similar.
We need to do that. We need to change this slide for next time. It's like the Wheel of Fortune.
Instead of
come on, Teddy. You know how to play. You look like a bloke that's played Hangman. Like you literally got to.
No,
what's the answer?
Which I guess angle are we answering? Trying to figure out.
So what's all three words? The first letter is S. The second letter is T. All right. And the whole purpose of this objective is that.
Oh, so they're all the same.
Well, they're different words though.
Different. Okay.
All right. Let's help you out here. First one is story. All right. So the more orders model, one of the things we help people with is their story. What are the two other things you reckon we help people out with?
Shopify.
Shopify doesn't have that many letters. So
down the bottom, I guess though, it's related to Shopify.
It's related to Shopify.
Shorter version of Shopify.
Site?
It might.
No. Store?
No.
Getting close.
Store.
Yes. There you go.
That's what I meant.
That's it.
Shopify store.
So it must be Marie. Marie, just send to guess the last one now. Let's go. Give us your best shot. It starts with S, and then it's T, and then it's R, and then it's A. I'm going to spell out the whole word, and it sounds like strat, and it ends with EGY. Rod, put him out of the misery here. Someone. Julian, do you know the answer? All right, it's strategy. There we go. Nailed it.
There you
Killed
go.
it.
And everyone's coming out. Everyone
well done, Rod.
now, yeah.
Proper got it. It's
awesome,
cool.
awesome. All right, great. Thanks for participating, guys. I'm going to go through quickly what we mean by these three things before I hand over to Paul, and we're going to look at first Maria's website and show you how to implement these three things. So these are the three elements that anytime we work with any brand, whether they're scaling, whether they're 50K, wanting to go to 200K, or they're just starting from scratch and they need to learn how to build a business, these are the three things we get really, really clear on. So the first one is your store. Like I mentioned before, guys, this is all about conversion rate and conversion rate optimization. So you got to understand that because we're small businesses, right, we don't have endless amounts of cash to spend. So when we do spend money on getting traffic towards our website, it's so important that it actually converts into sales profitably for us. Otherwise, you're going to get in this kind of place where you're stuck with cash flow because you're not getting enough profit back into the business to reinvest into the next month, which means you can't get that consistent growth. So for us, conversion rate and conversion rate optimization is one of the easiest ways to get a leg up from the get-go. If you can build a website that has a good user experience, that is structurally built, that makes sense, and it's built to actually convert people from browsers to buyers, this is the first kind of part to nailing your e-commerce business. Now, the second one's story. This one's funny because a lot of people think that they understand this, but then when they hear us talk about it, they're like, oh, I never thought about it this way. It is literally the words that we use to describe who we are, what we do, and why we are different from our competition all over our website. And then these are also the words that will go on your social media, on your emails, on your ads, everywhere, a congruent message that kind of delivers all this information and tackles the objections of the people who are potentially buying from you. So this is also about, guys, you have to think most people when they get into a new business, it's already going to be a saturated niche. So we have to understand we're trying to get people to spend their hard-earned money in a not great economy right now on us and not go for the cheaper option. So we have to really show them why should they be connecting with us as a brand, and why should they be spending our money, their hard-earned money, with us. That's what the story is all about. So you mix the story onto a website that's built to convert, and this is going to be what we call our 24/7 salesperson. And if you want to build an e-com brand and you want to be profitable, this is something you have to nail from the start. And lastly is that strategy, which is all about how do we gradually and sustainably build our business month on month, where we keep our head above water. We're not, killing ourselves with cash flow. We're growing at a steady pace. We always have the stock that we need. We understand when we're investing in what ads, when we're hiring someone. We know we're getting really clear on what our steps to growth are. This is what basically helps you go from that overwhelm before to really getting control on understanding the growth of your business. So you nail these three things, guys. Of course, having a quality product, that's a must-have. Then you got yourself a business that you can actually scale. So I'm going to allow Paul. I'm not going to allow him. I'm going to have Paul onto the stage. Paul's going to come up here, and Maria shared her website earlier. So, Maria, if you'd like to come off mute and introduce yourself and the website, sorry, the business, tell us a little bit about it, and then we'll kind of go and tackle a little bit about the website, the story, and the strategy from there.
Okay, so my business is Lauren Hinkley. We sell kids' accessories, anything from charm bracelets, hair accessories. We've been in the market for about 25 years. I've owned the business for about 7 years now. It's been mainly wholesale, so my focus is now going into retail. So we have probably around 400 different products. We try to produce some new products every 3 or 4 months or so, all designed in Australia, but obviously just outsourced to China. So yeah, it's just we're trying to capture anywhere from mums, grandmothers, just gift buying really, birthday presents, things like that.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. Do you mind if I ask what sort of numbers you're doing at the moment with the brand, like online? What does that look like?
I should probably really know. I haven't really looked lately. As I said, it's my business is mainly wholesale rather than.
It's wholesale. Okay. Yeah, right.
But
interesting.
So I have a different website for wholesale, but traditionally it's been more wholesale. But with the changing market, obviously a lot of lifestyle stores are closing. I just need to focus more on my own website.
Yeah, got it. Interesting. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to share screen and we're going to have a look around and see what's going on here. So, so you purchased the business? Is that what happened? Like, because it's been around for a long time, obviously.
So I bought it from a lady who was actually making the jewelry herself. So she had probably about 5 different designs, and then I outsourced it and created. Now I've got about 450 different items.
Yeah, right. Okay. And so you do retail or wholesale to other retailers. Interesting. So what makes you really unique? Like if someone wants to go, I'll go and buy a product from like Lauren Hinkley, like what's that why?
I suppose it's the bespoke designs. Everything, every item that we do is designed rather than just, if you have a look at, I suppose, some of our competitors, they just basically buy from China and things like that. Not all of them, obviously. Every item is designed in-house.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, so a few things that need to be happening here that kind of is, but it kind of isn't, right? So I'll walk you through this and I'll just like start drawing all over my screen and I will illustrate some things that need some work here. So for example, here is the space that you're dealing with from a desktop perspective, right? So people land on the website, they see your logo, they see same day dispatch, they see some social icons. And never ever put social icons in here because someone will click it and they'll be over on Insta and they'll be looking at like cat meme photos and stuff and not return to your website. So, but you need a more obvious H1 tag. So H1 tag means heading one, and I'll work on that together. And then you need a very obvious H2 tag, right? So that means heading two tag. Then you need to come down here and you need things that are in here called trust statements and social proof and lots of other stuff. So the reason I recommend these to all brands is because when someone lands on your website, the first thing that you want them to do is in their head, they go, oh yeah, I'm in the right spot, right? So they start complying with what they're reading on the website. So they go, oh, all right, great. Yeah, I'm a mum, for example, like assuming I was a mum and I'm like, so you've got the title dream, a little dream with, and it changed too quick, but you need to make some kind of a statement that says like, hey, wear exactly what you're looking for. If you want to enable your daughters to be able to make beautiful jewelry, like easy and effortlessly, and it's safe and something. We're going to work on this together and I'll show you how the process. And the same thing is with your H2 tag. So heading 2 is the same thing again. People read that and as they're reading it, they're going, yep. That's exactly what I want. I've read it and in my mind, I've given you like 3 yeses and I go, good, I'm in the right spot. So then we come down here and we say things like, hey, Lauren Hinckley's been around for 25 years. And they go, great. And then they go, lovingly hand designed, by Australian artists. You go, great, sounds good. And then you go, all orders are shipped today. Then you go, stocked by 400 retailers. And you go, great. And you go, whatever the other things end up being, right? So let's work on this together. And I'm going to use, before I get into this, what I'm going to use is what we call our more orders command center. So when people start working inside of the e-commerce circle, this is something that they can use as part of that. So I'm going to go here, and I don't think I've done this on a call before, but I'm going to go to the start. And so just a quick introduction to what this thing is. You guys should all buy it. It's bloody amazing because I built it and it's got 100 different things inside the system that help you nail very specific things in here, right? So for example, you come through here and you go, I need help with my H1 and H2s on my website. All right. So what happens is it's going to load up a custom GPT that is largely trained by me and Chris and the rest of our team. And it's going to go, let's work through the process together. So for example, I'll do like headline generator is probably a better search. And we're actually going to do this together like at the same time. So here you go, homepage generator. So now let's grab a few things to go. Here's our site. And again, so you need to work through it so that we get it perfect. So, but we go, here is my website. All right, chuck that in to start with. And this is the same for everybody else. If whilst you're on the call, go have a look at it. You can sign up and so forth. So let's start at the top. So what is your core product? Let's go through this together. So number 1, it's kids jewelry, I guess is the kind of category, right?
Yeah.
So younger kids, it's like little girls jewelry, right?
Yeah, anywhere from 3 to 13.
Okay. From 3 to 13 years old. What is your unique selling proposition at the moment for the brand? What do you think it is? You can't, not just like it's designed by Australians and it's, what do you think it is?
Pretty similar to what I said before, but they're just the bespoke designs.
Okay, right. We've got a few in here, like it's kind of child safe, I guess.
Yeah, everything's safety tested, and I suppose that's something that I do need to showcase on our website. There's a lot of jewelry brands within Australia that aren't.
Safety tested by who?
Just by international standards.
International standards. Yeah, cool. Okay. Yeah. Number 3 is target definition. It's just basically like mums and dads, right? Who probably more mums, but we'll better be, kind to everyone. Mum and dads who want to enable their daughters. Is it mostly daughters, I guess, and is it building their own jewelry? Is that the
No, it's we do have a few bead kits, but the main thing that sells are the charm bracelets.
Okay, just to wear beautiful charm bracelets, basically. Charm bracelets, cool. Number 4. So your best-selling products are the charm bracelets.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, my 3-year-old and 5-year-old come home now. I hope they don't interrupt me, but if they do, it's all right. Hi guys, I'm working. Go out with mummy. Social proof. How many reviews do we have at the moment, you reckon?
None on our website. I don't. Yeah, but
None. Okay.
I sell millions of charm bracelets.
Millions?
Yeah, I sell a lot.
Really? Okay. How many would you sell a year?
God, I don't know, but I should again work that out. But yeah, it's quite a lot. So I'm in a lot of retail. I'm in a lot of retailers across Australia, New Zealand, and USA.
Oh, wow. Yeah, right. Okay. So it's millions a year you sell of charm bracelets. Yeah. Okay. All right. Millions a year. Cool. What's the opportunity here? Been in business, you say 25 years in business. Yeah. The company has, don't mind my typos, 25 years. Custom account would be pushing like what, hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people?
Sorry,
what does that look like? How many customers do you think you have? How many new customers come through the business annually?
Yeah, that's something I'll need to probably work out as well.
Hundreds of thousands?
I suppose, as I said, yeah, most of my customers are wholesale, so I'll probably need to count them.
Okay, well. All right, we're going to say like hundreds of thousands of customers. You have like massive opportunity with this website. This is good. This always excites me. It excites me much more when, Barbara gets on and she goes like, I just want to sell 3 candles a month via my website, and like it's not working. I'm like, okay, all right. All right, let's start with that for now. So, and just for context, you guys can do all of this. You log into the platform, you use it, but we're going to polish it for you. So a few things that we want to do here. We'll just go through this a little bit more. So yes, that's correct. Children, can you confirm the average price? So what is the average price? It's like, it's not very expensive, is it? Like charm waist.
$39.95.
Yeah, average price about $39.95. Yes, do that. So 2 things that we want to achieve by doing this. First one is we actually want a H1 that also has a lot of Google searches, right? Because we want to blend a keyword into the H1 that actually says the right thing, so that people that are searching for like charm-based bracelets for like a 3-year-old or a 13-year-old find you. That's super important that we do that. And secondary, that we want it to have like make promises. So we'll go back through this and let's have a look and see where we ended up. And I'll say one thing, like when we do this for clients, typically like Chris does this process with people and uses tools like this. It takes him like 4 hours to do this properly, just to sit with you and ask you questions. And I'm going to show everyone what that looks like, right? So this is the speeded process. Bespoke charm bracelets designed for little girls. So explore our Australian design safety test jewelry made for ages 3 to 13. Every piece is as unique as she is. So now these are, I'd probably rate them like a 5 out of 10 or something. However, they're on the right path, because like make every moment magical for her. You go, okay, like a mum would read that and she'd be like, yeah, that's what I want to achieve for my children. Right. And then they read the second bit and they go, charm bracelets celebrate childhood milestones with safety, playful designs, trusted by Aussie families for 25 years. So again, 5, 6 out of 10. What do you reckon, Chris? You'd probably like, 3. But Chris, I'm talking about 2.5.
2.75.
But why I'm saying this though, right? Because this is some of the most important things you need to have on the website. So people, they're sitting on Facebook, they see your ad pop up, They see something like this, they go, hey, it's whoever the person is you're in your ad. Hey, it's Karen here. And, I want to introduce you to this brand, and we do this and this and this and this and this. They click the ad, they land on the website, they see all that stuff, and they go, great, I'm in the right spot. I've got lots of yeses. And then if they see lots of yeses in your H1 and in your H2 and your trust statements down here below, what does everyone think they're going to do next? They're going to keep scrolling, right? And they're going to keep scrolling, and then they're just like, show me your best-selling products, show me your new products, show me the reviews, show me the collections. But if you don't do any of that, they're going to bounce. And this is why most people's e-com sites just fall over, because they haven't got that. So let's work on these, some of the social proof statements as well, because I would probably do things like, you can have this in here, like trusted by over 100,000 Australian families, limited edition, safe for girls aged 3 to 13, blah, 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 blah. Whatever they are, we'll work with you one-to-one and we'll nail them. So the other thing you want to have in here is write me the USP from my homepage and make it about 100 words or something, right? So reason being, that thing, go in here, and it sits right there. So at the moment it says where the perfect children's jewelry and hair accessories gift is waiting for you to discover it. It's kind of like, okay, it can be better, right? So potentially you could have something, maybe not this long. We design beautiful bespoke charm bracelets, especially for little girls. Each piece is created in Australia, featuring exclusive designs, blah, 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 blah. All of the buzzwords in here. Mum's sitting there just going, yep, 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 ready to go, right? So now I want to show another thing, because this is really important. So why we push this so hard is because once you nail this stuff, hopefully Google Drive decides to work today. Brand communication, let's just get that. So this document is something that we work with brands like yourself on and go, cool, we're starting to formulate some of the words that we're saying on our website. Why are we doing that? It's because, well, the brand itself actually needs to start building a bit of a persona about what does the brand look like? What does the brand sound like? What is it core values? What are the features of the brand? Blah, 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 right? So now the reason we do that largely is because the brand then needs to be able to speak to a very specific kind of person online. And they're like, okay, this is Jenny. Jenny's a mum with 3 girls. She makes 200 grand a year. She is a lawyer, or she is this person, or she is that person. And she reads these things online, and she thinks about these problems, and she wants to be this kind of mum. Right? We go, great. Now, what are we going to say to that person? So when we're going through this brand messaging stuff, we go, great, well, here's our positioning statement, and here is the vision that we've got for the brand. And if I backtrack a little bit, go over here, I'm like, here is problem statements that mum says to herself in the head. Well, here is ways that we need to figure empathy, trigger empathy in her. So you go, hey, if you're a mum and you want to do blah, 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 go to our website. So when we talk about story, all of this stuff is what formulates your story on your website and all of your story in your marketing. If you do not have this, you're always going to have a terrible conversion rate.
Yeah.
So this is incredibly important for you, Teddy. When you start talking, because we've already jammed and we've spoken and stuff, you got to go how do I talk all about the story of the brand and the vibe and the feel and the benefits and all the cool shit that I'm trying to get across here, so that people read it and go, yeah, I'm in. He sold me, right? So that's the first part.
Can I ask a question here as well? Maybe you can address it later. Just because Maria is going to be going into the retail space, why it's so important to nail this specifically for when we're in that retail space as opposed to wholesale. Probably good to just touch on that at some point as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so while Chris touched on the point, right, of your website is a 24/7 sales machine. So the way you go and win business in the wholesale space at the moment, you probably have a pitch deck, and you probably have a slide deck, and you probably have stuff, and you're like, hey, here's why you should buy our product, stock it, sell it, blah, 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 blah. So as you transition to just going more DTC, direct to consumer, your job is to take all of that stuff and put all of that stuff into your website so that it's selling for you to both more wholesale customers, because you probably get heaps of e-com e-com store owners that will come to you and go, hey, we've got an e-com store. Can we buy your product, right? So you want this thing telling the right story. So it's not you repeating the same thing again and again and again. So because most e-com brands have the problem that they still have to do this sales process to people to get them over the line, right? So, and that's why this falls down. So, now, if we have a look, so a couple other things I want to go through. So that's the story component. Everyone clear on why you need to dial your story, and anyone not clear, put your hand up if you're not clear. Otherwise, I'll proceed. Oh, good. So now when it comes to a site like this is really important. So for example, you have a homepage. Everyone knows what a homepage looks like. This is a homepage. And I mean, it's pretty good. It's nice, right? Then you have a collection page. This is a new collection. Hang on. Where's better? Fairy Magic. This is probably a better collection. And then you have a product page. When we work with brands like you and we do what we can call conversion rate optimization, there are hundreds of different things that you need to have on a product page and a collection page and a home page and a cart page and a checkout page in order for your site to convert as good as it can, right? It needs to have things like reviews, needs to have things like bundles, needs to have photos of like little girls smiling wearing the product, needs to be very clear on shipping. So I want to show you something here, right? Because Shopify store checklist. So not that one, hang on. Go back here a second. Store checklist. Here we go. Got it. So I'm not going to share all of this because this is why we build people's websites. But for example, there is 100 and something things on this particular. This is just your homepage, right? Then we go to your product, your collection page. You go, you need all of these things on your collection page. You need all of these things on your product page. If you don't have them, then the story is never going to convert as good as it can. And that's going to be a big issue for you, especially when you start scaling your ads, right? So I'll give you a few things, right? So for example, I go here, I go add the cart, and you're probably, looks like you're using like the Dawn theme or something. So most people are going to get very confused when it comes to using the cart because the cart, it doesn't even actually pop out correctly. So I know to click it, I'll click it and I'll jump in here. So no downsell, no upsells, no downsells, no anything in here at the moment. Shipping information is not clear in here at the moment. So your cart right now, people are just going to bail from this a lot of the time. So if we go back to your homepage, for example, again, you don't have any of the trust statements and stuff that you need in there. No social proof at the moment in here on anything. What else have we got? A couple of images in there. What else do you want in there? So do you not collect reviews at any level from anywhere at the moment?
I haven't been, as I said, it hasn't been a huge focus, but it's something I definitely need to do. It's on the list.
Yeah, okay, all right. I want to show you one thing, right? So given you're in a brand that is massively aspirational to parents, like they want to buy it and they want the product to look good, I want to show you the detail that we go into when we work with brands like you, with you, for example. So let's look at this thing. So this thing here, I'll give it to you all for free. It's a checklist. This is literally a checklist just to make your images look better on the website, right? So for example, it shows products of like children using the products. They're happy. They're excited to be using the product. We have like, you should be using a video of the product in there. You should be doing this thing. You should be doing that thing. There should be some that says, hey, like trusted by 1,000 people, blah, blah, blah. So all of these things, and again, this is just about the images. Why that's so important is because it's going to improve your conversion rate. So let's do some maths on this for a second, because I think this will be monstrous for you. So you've got 400 wholesalers, you sell millions a year. So heaps of people probably know about your brand. I want to check something here. So you don't have heaps of Google searches at the moment monthly, which is a bit surprising. So if you've always used the Lauren Hinckley domain name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's do this though, right? So quickly, I don't normally do this, but I want to do this as an exercise anyway. So you rank in Google for all of these things. So let's have a look here. And it's actually declining. So we've got to turn this around. It's going in the wrong direction. And it's been doing that since like, whatever, December. So in saying that, you still rank for all of these phrases, all of these, all the way down to them. So all of those keywords, you're up to like position 7. Now, kids jewelry, you're 7th, and there's 1,300 people a month who search for that phrase, and you're on the front page of Google, right? 210 for that, 590 for that, 480 for that. So if we added all these up, anyone really good at maths, Rod, you're probably a maths wizard. It's probably like 10,000 people a month are seeing your brand in Google, right, and not buying stuff. So let's do this exercise. So what do we want to do here? Do you know how many people hit the website at the moment a month? Any ideas on that number, roughly? Is it?
Again, I don't know. Pretty bad. I don't know. Let me have a quick look.
Well, let's assume it's 5,000 people. Is that a fair estimate? That's what should be happening based on that data.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do that. All right. So I'm going to grab this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to grab this over here.
Yeah, 10,000 in December.
Okay, what was your conversion rate? Does it say in your Shopify dashboard? You should be able to just go search by the last 30 days.
I can't see. Oh, I've just got it on. Yeah. I know it's not high. I think it's like around, yes.
2%, 3%.
Probably something like that.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Yeah. So let's do this exercise. I'm going to talk and ChatGPT is going to listen. All right. So I'm working with this amazing brand. They do really well offline. They have heaps of wholesale customers. There's heaps of people out there in the market that probably know the brand, talk about the brand, send people to the website. There's actually 10,000 people a month who go to this website at a minimum. Conversion rate at the moment is like 1.4% on a good month. And average order value is $35. Right? So how much money is this brand making monthly at the moment based on those numbers? So what I've done now, I've got 10,000 visitors. They order $35 or whatever I said. Your conversion rate is 1.4, I think I said, right? So we'll do this first bit. All right. And once I do this first bit, then the only thing I'm going to change on the next bit is 2 numbers to start with. All right. So apparently you're probably doing $5,000 a month. Probably could be, if it was more, what is your monthly revenue at the moment? Do you know what it is?
Yeah, it's more than that.
It's more than that. Is it 10? Is it 20?
As I say, I don't know off the top of my head, but yeah, it's more than that.
Okay. All right. So anyway, let's assume it was this terrible. All right. So now let's fix a few things. So now what happens if the conversion rate was actually like 4%, which is what it should be? And what if the average order value was like 65? Actually, you know what? Let's make it like $75, right? And how much more money would this particular website make over the course of a year just by fixing those 2 numbers? Come on, ChatGPT, work faster. There you go. All right. So new numbers, $30,000 a month. Difference, $25,000 a month. Additional revenue, $300,000 extra a year. So whatever your numbers were at the moment, what we need to do, if you were to say to me, Paul, it's 30 grand, it's 40 grand, it's 50 grand, same thing still applies. So let's do this, right? So we'll go back and do one more thing. Let's actually assume that the numbers I started with were wrong. Let's assume this brand was doing $45,000 a month and their conversion rate was like under 2%. What number is the business doing then? And if we use the same formula that I gave you again, where I just like got the conversion rate to 4% and the AOV to $75, how much more would we now be doing? The answer it's going to give you basically is the difference between you've got like a brand that's doing like whatever, $500,000 a year or something versus millions of dollars a year, right? Because you've got an obscene amount of traffic coming to your website. They're not spending enough in their cart and they're not converting high enough. So the number one thing we need to fix for you, and you can see this here, same traffic, I don't know, it's messed up the traffic number, but for the purpose of this exercise, like biggest things you got to fix are if you nail your story, more people convert. If you nail your story, more people resonate with the story, they buy more stuff, they come back more often, right? So because one thing that we also do is like whatever we mention in your story that like goes on your website, that goes in your meta ads, that goes in your email, that goes in all of your automations, that goes in all of the documentation and stuff that you're out there pitching to retailers. So it sounds better. So then now all these people come back to the site converts at 4 or 5, 6, whatever percent. Like, 4 is great. Like it's rare for a site to convert at 6%. Like that's high. But as you come to grow this brand, the last thing you want to do is like, okay, like I've got a site now, it's got a low conversion rate, and we know everyone knows now why that's the case. If you were to run meta ads to this and spending big cash to run ads to this, like, you're not going to get your money back doing with the way it is at the moment, right?
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Chris, you got anything you want to add to that I think I've missed so far?
I reckon you pretty much covered it bang on, man.
No, that's the idea. The story goes everywhere, right? We want to have that consistency between what you're saying in Google ads, meta ads, email, social, videos, founder content, UGC, influencers, all saying the same things in different ways. And then when that traffic hits different parts of the website, it feels like it's the same message, same promise, same words, same tone.
Yeah.
So it's really important to get that right and then say that everywhere, so it feels consistent and coherent across your entire business.
So I'm going to do this exercise now because, like, in my opinion, you're sitting on such a huge opportunity here. And the 3 things that you got to fix are pretty much what we put on the hangman. But I'm going to draw it out anyway. So, for example, we'll just nuke my drawing here. Get rid of that. So your site is not terrible. I'll say that. Like, it's okay. There's just things that need to be fixed on it. So first thing I'm going to do is like, fix those things that are missing. Do a proper conversion rate audit and go, what's missing? Add all the things that are missing. Like, it looks like you may be using the Dawn theme. So there's only so much that you can do to your cart, unfortunately, which is a huge problem going forward. So we work out how to fix that. But let's assume that we fix that. So first thing, fix your store. All right. So let's start us right. Whatever. Story. Right. Store, sorry, my bad. Can't fit it in here. Anyway, everyone knows what it is. Second thing that you want to fix in here is your story, right? Because you don't have one on the website at the moment that is doing what it's doing. And you probably don't have one that you can use in your meta ads, in your email, and everything else properly. So that comes second. Now, once you've dialed those 2 things in, then for you, what we need to do is literally put together your digital strategy, right? Because maybe you don't have one of them at the moment. So I won't show everyone what a digital strategy looks like. It's like 60-page document that's like, here is what you need to do on meta ads, Google ads, SEO, email, content. Here's the stuff that you can do if you want to do it. Here's the stuff that other people can do if you want them to do it, blah, blah, blah. So that's step 3. So 1, 2, 3. All right, we'll do that. Now, once you've dialed those in, then the only thing left for you to do to really get this brand firing online is like build out a meta ads campaign, right? And what does everyone think we're going to do inside the meta ads campaign? Who wants to have a guess? What actually goes on in there other than like, I've got to set up my ad account and do all the boring setting up my ad stuff, right? Who wants to have a guess here? Chris. Do you want to have a guess here? I'll do it.
Okay.
So, we take your beautiful story and we take your beautiful photography and we put it into your meta ads. All right. So then people are on Facebook, they're on Instagram, they're mums, they go, that's a very well-priced product. That's a beautiful product. I resonate with the story. Get me off Facebook because I hate Facebook anyway. And I'm like, send me to your beautiful website. And they go, oh, this looks easy. I can buy that thing for $35. And then I go through the checkout and I go, hang on, I need to buy these other 3 things in the checkout process as well. Now I've spent $120 and you go, great. And this site now converts at like 5%. All right. And you're spending $120 and you go, great. I've got whatever the number is, $100K a month ecom brand, more, right? This is the formula that you do to grow the business.
I'll add something there too, Paul, is that like part of the website, when it's optimized, you're now collecting more emails and reviews, which then goes into like your email campaigns that you'll build out over time as well. So there's like,
100%.
building in the background.
So like the next sequence off the back of this, and we also help you with this stuff, is like, all right, set up your email campaign. So if for some reason they don't buy, so they've come here, they've done that, they've left, and they go, oh, they've abandoned the cart. This thing here is where we help you build out all your email flow. So you're like, hey, like it's Paul here. For some reason you didn't buy, like we want to tell you all about our brand story. We want to tell you about our product story. We want to tell you about like Chris, who purchased for his daughter, and Paul, who purchased for his niece, and Karen, who purchased for her granddaughter. And you're going to get lots of emails from me until you do buy. All right. So they go, great. It all sounds good. Come back here and they do buy. All right. But people who purchase the first time, they come through, they buy from an ad, they go there, next week, the week after, they get an email anyway. All right. So now, because then the $120 purchase that person made, you make them come back once a quarter and you go, that person's worth like what, $480 to me a year, plus all the people that they recommend, plus all the people that they recommend. All right. So you go, great. I've got a $2 million a year business now online selling $35 products. All right. And I'm like, I'm no longer at the mercy of wholesalers and retailers and all the other stuff that you probably deal with all the time.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Well, yes.
All right, cool. We'll get started tomorrow. No. So, any questions to anyone about this? I was going to send you the payment link right now, and we'll just get into it. No, joking. So, if this makes sense for you too, Teddy. I'm mindful there's not many people on here. We've got John.
Yeah, no, it does, mate. It does make sense. But I just had a question. I guess I can wait till after you've gone through this, but it's just more considering the stage that I'm at. We've kind of going through the product validation stage, and obviously, we chatted about ConvertiKit and having a site built eventually by you guys. But my question, just really quickly, was there a kind of a recommended theme that you would kind of suggest for someone who's sending very limited traffic via Meta just to a site like your Shopify store, looking to get pre-orders and stuff like that? Outside, obviously, ConvertKit or ConvertiKit is something you do recommend, but if that wasn't the case, if you just wanted to use something that was free, what would be a recommendation for that?
They're all crap. I wouldn't use any of them.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah,
the main not because I want to say the ConvertiKit, but because what happens is you start running ads and you start sending people to your website, and they go, "Oh, there's that brand that I've seen for the first time." If that site doesn't convert them, they're never coming back.
Yeah.
Right. And you burn all that audience. And then in the market, people are like, whatever. They'll walk past you at a retail shop and they go, I went to that website. It was a bit of a shit show. And I'm like, I'm not coming back. Do you know what I mean? I see it all the time.
No, that's a fair point. With that said, though, so what would kind of be some strategies then around getting the product validation right, besides, hey, just getting your mates to buy your product for half price or something like that? Like, how, what's kind of something is like, because everyone's going to have a product and you want to have a kick-ass product, right? But, getting to that stage, like, is this going to be something like that people will buy or that my audience will buy? I guess you just have to go build out the Ferrari first, or is there ways you can kind of ease into it, if that makes sense?
I've never eased into launching any brands. I had someone comment to me during the week, and we've just reconnected recently, and he's a gun sales dude, right? And he came back to me and he goes, one thing you've always done, Paul, very well. He's like, even when I knew you, well, he knew me at Warcom days, and he goes, but the website that you had at Warcom looked like it was worth like $2 million, and like we're running out of, we had a really good warehouse anyway. But he goes, I knew about you even before when you're at your mum and dad's house. He goes, you still had a good website. And he goes, even now, like at Insightful eCommerce Circle, you still have a really good website. He goes, you never cheap out on websites. I go, because I don't, because that's the image that you need to do, and that helps with the validation of what you're trying to do, right? So they go, like, websites professional, products professional, ad look professional. I validate it. I don't think you can half-ass validating things like on a budget. I mean, you could go do a pop-up at a market on the weekend or whatever and go like dress well, have set it all up and validate it that way. But like that doesn't validate it. Who's got a TV on or something in the background? I can hear like noise. Sorry, else. You guys hear anything else? Anyway, there's some noise somewhere.
I could hear. I think it was just Teddy's background.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't think you can like half validate something with an e-com site. So, you need to have a site that works. You need to be able to spend a little bit of money on ads, run ads to the site, get it selling, people buying, give them 30 days in your case for your product. It's different for other brands because you sell a mum a product for their daughter and they love it. They know within 7 days. Do you know what I mean? But for you, like the feedback loops pretty quick. I'm sorry, it's a bit slower. Sorry, 30 days or something. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, no, it does. Yeah.
So
clears it up. All good.
And you know that if it's validated or not simply by you sending traffic to your website. If people aren't buying, your message is not validated, right? And you go, cool, okay, I've got to fix that. And you go, the site's not converting. Well, I've got to validate why it's not converting. And you go, great. And then you just got, if I'm sending money and I'm getting orders, then everyone's like, leaving me 5-star reviews after 30 days, like done, successful, scaled to the moon. Do you know what I mean? As long as you can scale profitably.
A bad site and like a site that doesn't convert, and then also a story that could make your product look like it's not good because the website doesn't perform. So it could give you wrong answers anyway. So we always go like horse before the cart is like our big thing. Like get your brand nailed, get the store nailed, and then spend your money on traffic, and then see how that goes. But
Yeah.
like, well, you always give guidelines anyway in terms of like products to kind of move forward with what are good kind of products. And in the end, you got to pick something, right?
I was seeing Teddy's products. I think it's a cool
Yeah,
product. I was
yeah,
like, put it out to the market and but put it on a website that's going to convert properly.
yeah,
Don't not do that. You know,
absolutely.
it's Maria or is Marisha? Do I how do I pronounce your
Maria,
name?
Maria. I think before you got on,
Maria.
we went through
Yeah.
this.
Like her product is totally validated. Mate, it's been in the market for
Definitely.
25 years. It's beautiful. Like little girls are like, I don't have daughters, but I've got like nieces, and I'd buy it. Do you know what I mean? But I'm like, now I just need the story. Like none of that's on her site, you know. So we
You're
fixed
probably
that.
right with Maria in terms of like coming from a wholesale side of things. Like yeah, like a lot of the selling would be done over the phone or with like information
Mm,
packages or whatever. Whereas now you're selling like that's because you're not selling to millions of people individually, but now we are. We need to be able to sell them all on one website in basically
mm,
our one salesperson that works 24/7, works with any amount of volume you send to it, which is how you grow the retail side of things. But
yeah.
it also it feeds into the wholesale too, so it's like it kills it in that sense.
Like I didn't mention that, right? So something that you're probably dealing with that you're probably not even aware of is the fact that how many people out there go to a retail shop, for example, or go to a market or go to whatever and see your product and picture this, right? I mean, I'm not sure if you're a mum or whatever, but like, you know, the kids are screaming and you're just like, we'll go online later and look for you. Do you know what I mean? I don't have time to buy it now. Like, have a meltdown later on, whatever. My boys do it all the time. I'm in a toy shop and I'm like, be good and you'll get whatever you want. And I walk down the aisle and one of them's like, I need a Wii. And I'm like, oh shit, what was that product again that I was going to buy for them in the shop? And then obviously, if it's assuming it's not Lego or something, it's some obscure brand. I go home, I go shopping, look online, and I'm like, where's the add to cart button? Where's the shipping information? Where's the reviews? I can't trust this brand. I'm not buying it. Lose the sale. So, like, because you have such a huge footprint out there in the market, you more than anyone that I met on one of these in probably ages, like, has to fix that problem because that will also boost your retail sales, right? Because people will think about this on the flip side. All these people go to your website and they might just go, oh, where can I buy it at a retail level? I don't want to buy it via the e-com site. So that site sells for you. People go, oh, I can go and buy it at whatever, Maya or something. Do you know what I mean? Or a beautiful boutique shop. Hey, I'm here. I send a product online. You stock it. So again, this sales mechanism you've got is broken at the moment. You need to fix it so that it benefits you on both sides of the fence. Makes sense? And perfect example is like literally the supplement people that Chris spoke about, Chris and Delane, Paul and Delane, they started at markets and Paul would be at markets yapping to people, you know, and I'm like, Paul, we need a website that talks and sounds like you and Delane so that you don't have to sell at markets anymore. But like if you are at markets and like you can only talk to one person at a time, they go to your website and then they buy anyway. So they get the virtual Paul kind of vibe, right? So that's why they've scaled from they're on 130 grand a month or something. I've got clients that are doing millions a month because they fixed this problem. So none of this is new. None of this is like, I mean, you know, like we've nailed how to do it. And like, it's a very repeatable process that every brand should do properly. Teddy, you
Paul,
got a question?
yeah, mate. You mentioned there that you guys also build out the email flows for abandoned carts, etc., and you know potential upsells down the road for existing customers. Does that matter which platform? Say if I'm already have a membership or whatever with a subscription with Omnisend, it doesn't matter who we're with, or is you know you can just
Switch the Klaviyo
switch
as soon
to
as you
Klaviyo.
can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Omnisend is fine. You can still use the same principle, but Klaviyo is like the gold standard.
Right. Okay.
So, and for you, it's cheap as you're just getting started. Like, Maria, how many people in your database were? Like, is it bloody a lot? Not sure.
Again, I'm not sure. I don't
Sure.
know.
Okay.
I should
I'm
know.
reading the vibe. I'm like, is it not sure? She just doesn't want to say. It's one
Mate,
of those
No,
things.
yeah,
I've
I
got
don't know. I shouldn't really look.
I've got 3
Yeah.
customers, mate.
You better do it
Yeah.
right from the start, then,
I'm
because
valid, mate. That was for
you can
2
do
weeks.
crazy stuff with like Klaviyo, like manage your SMS, manage your email. Like even for Mary though, like she should be having a QR code on the back of every box that says, "Hey, like subscribe to our email list." So those millions of items that she sells at retail store, they go home and they just like scan bloody whatever the thing, and they're like, "Yeah, cool." Go to the website and go, "Hey, if you order anything within the next like 30 days, we'll give you 10%, 20% off." Oh, okay. So she's effectively doubling like every retail purchase online within an afternoon. Do you know what I mean? So like this is kind of stuff that we teach people to do as well. So much opportunity here for this brand. I'm just like, I just help you fix it. Like
Yeah.
Sounds
Chris
good.
McQueen's in there rubbing his beard. He wants to say something. I can tell. He's got when he does this, he's and that he wants to say something.
No, my internet was just freezing.
Okay. All right.
Nothing good to add. You've covered everything.
Covered everything. All right. Is this really clear though? For like, I know there's a few other people, mystery people on there. Paul Fisher, Puneet, Jawa, Tiff,
They've all been around.
John. You guys got any questions about anything? Karen had the Dawn theme. It's crap. Like, I'll tell you a funny story, right? And I'm going to say this again. Dawn theme is rubbish. Like, never use it. However, I've got a mate and he's doing a barbecue expo at Meatstock on the weekend, and don't judge him if you're a vegan or something. But anyway, I go, dude, I can't turn your site around for you that fast. I said, but I'm gonna take a few of the things from my checklist and put it in your terrible Dawn theme. Calls me today. He goes, "What'd you do to my bloody website?" He goes, "I'm getting 6 orders a day now." Thinks I'm like Santa Claus or something. I'm like, it's all good. At the same time, we're putting the converter kit on your site. Wait till you get back from Meatstock. You'll be doing 50 orders a day. He goes, no, don't. I can't. I'm too busy. So, right. So it's very important. Like, please do not use the Dawn theme. It's crap. Like, even I spent ages on it and I validated. I'm like, yeah, I thought it was crap and it's crap, and don't use it. But like, optimizing your Shopify site and using our converter kit or getting us to build your custom website is a surefire way to doing this properly. Right. So
The Dawn theme is really shit though, because I've got a lot of sorry, tell it as it is. Sorry, no
yeah.
filter.
No, I like it. That's good.
But I've got a lot of US contacts and customers in what I do, and you know, a lot of them become friends. And it was the same thing as when I changed over the site, was the sales went up even from the US and the Canada people that I already knew, and it was that same thing where navigating through all the collections, navigating to the product you want. And like I said, at the end of the day, we all want them to hit add to cart and purchase as fast as possible, you know, and smooth as possible was the thing. But the Dawn one, it just tended to go round and round in bloody circles and drove everyone nuts. Plus it looks shit. You couldn't alter it. You really couldn't alter or tailor it enough. Yeah.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. So
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Sorry. No, you go.
No, I'm just saying Kripp has left a question here. Well, more of a statement. Just saying, sorry, he or she, Kripp, you're gonna have to let me know. They're starting out, like, they haven't even got a product yet. So just here to find a bit of direction. Do you want to touch on that maybe?
Oh, well, yeah, okay. So a few things like, well, it depends on how you want to go from here, Chris. But
Well,
like,
look,
short
start with the
version.
product. Start with the product. Yeah, like, what do you usually say to people who are looking for products, and how can we help you with that moving forward?
Well, first thing I say for someone like yourself is like validate your product. So you go and buy this platform of us, and it's amazing because I built it. Come in here and you go, is my product good? Right. This is not the correct way that you should use it, but this is how I can use it. You go, is my product good? So it's actually going to bring up a thing called the niche product OS selector for you. So there you go. The first one, product visibility score, niche and product OS. You come in here and you click that and you go, I am thinking about, help you like a type. I am thinking about selling. Whose question was it? Crib, what do you think about selling on the internet?
Like any ideas in the niche?
I'll show you how this works.
Maybe a bit of context here. This is a platform that Paul developed. It's AI, but it just has basically downloaded his brain. But a lot of people are in this stage where they don't know what they want to sell and they want a bit of guidance. And look, we've sold just about every product there is out there, and there are a
Mm.
couple things that are like consistent in what makes a good product. And we've kind of put all those frameworks into this here. So when people join our community and they're like, all right, cool, I'm at the very start, I need to figure out what's a good product. You go here, you kind of just go through the prompts that we'll give you, and then feed them into here and start finding. There's a lot of personal stuff that goes into this too, and it'll help you kind of find that product and establish like what could work right now. And then you go and get these answers that Paul will show you now, and you can go get
So,
feedback in our community from other people as well. So go ahead, Paul.
so this is like for Teddy, right? So he sells a board game. It's pretty fun and offensive and playful and like a bit unhinged. Is that correct, Teddy? The way I'm, you know,
It is, mate. Yeah, it's
yeah.
I can drop the site in. I've actually got a run, mate. But do you
Go
want
for
me
it.
to drop
Okay,
the
that's
site
all
in
right.
there for you, or are you good?
Oh, no, I'll show other people. No,
Okay,
no, don't show
go
anyone
for
your website because it won't convert. You got to wait till you use ours.
it.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
for sure.
so
I'll hit
so
you up
what?
this week, mate. Thanks.
Yeah, cool. So what happens is you go through this, and go, we're building from zero is the niche, da 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 da. You basically go through and answer all the questions, and it'll at the end of it, it'll go, it's a good idea, it's a stupid idea, right? So then when you do that, you go, great. Now what do I do next? So then you come over here and you go, all right, like, what margins should I sell the product for, right? You go, so there's a whole sequence to all of this stuff about how much I should sell it for. What should I do from ads? What should I do for this? What should I do for that? Blah, blah, blah. Where do I source it from? So again, you come back over to this section and go, again, you can click these things, but you go, all right, like, where do I source products from? You come in here and you go, where can I source? What's an example? I don't know. Let's do the terrible candles example, right? You go, candles from overseas, right? And it gives you 3 GPTs and it'll give you 3 different options to find it. All right. So you go there, product sourcing assistant, blah, blah, blah. You go in here and you go click on this one and it answers. So almost every possible thing a business owner is going to need to grow an e-com business is sitting in here, right? How to write ads, how to forecast your inventory, how to nail your customer, how to sell more of your best scaling products, how to reduce your cost of goods, how to whatever, like manage customer service, how to design a loyalty program, how to get rid of negative reviews, how to write your ads, how to build an affiliate, everything, right? So, and we get you to use this thing once you're inside of the e-commerce circle community. So like everybody on the community, and I'll drop a link to that as well. So here is
So
the
there's
e-commerce
like the
circle.
community where we coach people and we teach the strategies in real depth, like that we got gone through here. But then the AI
Mm.
platform, how does that kind of support what we do in the circle pool? How do those kind of mesh together?
Yeah. So for example, right, like we do 5 calls a week. So for example, on like Wednesday, there's a Meta Ads or a Google Ads call. Thursday, there's a branding call. Friday, there's a founders call where all brand owners get on and just talk about their brands. Tuesday, there's an SEO and a conversion call. Monday, there is a scorecard call. So you go to the call and you listen to what we talk about on the call. You get specific help for your brand on the call. And then you go, sometimes I'll be like, all right, guys, today we're going to help everyone fix their ads. And I go, here's how I would do it. And then everyone listens and so forth. At the end of the call, I'm like, cool, now jump over into the platform and use this thing to write your own ads. And I go, great. Come back next week or post in the community and go, here's what I did with my ads. Are they any good or not? So with the e-commerce circle, it's coaching, consulting, and mentoring you to understand this stuff. And then the AI platform teaches you how to do it so that you basically have like 24/7 access to me and all of the coaches via this thing and via the community, right? So, and we fix your story and we fix your strategy and we fix your sites, and we fix your ads and fix everything you need to fix. All right. Because some people, like the amazing Jade that Chris referenced, like she doesn't even go to the live calls. She just watches the recordings, right? And she uses this system and she asks it good questions and she continues to grow. Rod, you do some of this stuff, right? Rod goes to calls. He uses this system. Karen does the same thing. Same thing. Use that, use this, and away you go, right? Does that make sense to everybody that's like, new to this? Chris did drop a price in here, like $97 a month for this thing. You can buy $1,000 for the lifetime, and it's like $1,000 forever, basically, right? Okay, crazy, Um, did that answer your question, Cooper or Copper or whatever you pronounce your name, Cooper?
We also got Puneet asking what theme should be used for supplement stores. I hope he's ready for the same answer we've been saying for the last 30 minutes. Definitely the converter kit.
You got to go here.
Yeah.
So Cooper's got to go here. This is a converter kit. read what it is. So the converter kit basically is a framework that I've developed with all of our dev team, and it's a thing that you guys can edit and change and update and do stuff yourself. And know how many people inside the community are using at the moment, Chris? Over 100 probably?
Probably about
Would
that.
it be at that?
Yes, 100 people. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you go to our calls and I say like, hey, go to your product page and change this setting on there, everyone on the call goes, I can do that because I'm using the same system. All right. So this is great for people that are getting started and like don't have a big budget to go and get a custom Shopify site done because they're new or whatever. Perfect for like what Teddy needs. He goes, I don't want to spend heaps of cash yet because I'm just getting started. Right. So in saying that, for brands like yours, potential Maria, like you've already got tons of people coming to your website. And I'm like, you're losing hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in revenue by having the site, but as it is. So the thing that we do there, like let us build your website, right? Everything is optimized, your homepage, product page, collection page, cart, all your bundles done, your messaging done, and now you're good to go, ready to fly. Then you go, cool, can we run your ads now? Run your ads for you, right? You're probably a busy person. You don't want to learn how to run your ads, but if you do, you go to calls. If you're like, cool, I get it now, but can you guys do it for me? So that's what we do also inside of the community. We either teach you how to do it or we do it for you.
Yeah.
Make sense?
I think so. From here, Maria, if you're okay with it, I'll send you a little SMS. If you're open tomorrow, we can get you connected. Just get you one-on-one with Paul just to go through some of this stuff.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, beautiful. I'll just send you an SMS. But for
Yeah.
everyone else here, it's kind of like more of an individual thing, I guess, Paul. How do you want to do this for everyone else? We know Teddy
I think
knows
so.
what he wants to do.
Yeah. Look, everybody should join. Everybody should join the community. It's $97 a month. Most people pay for the year and go, I'm committed. Like, if you go, I'll try it for a month and whatever, blah, 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 like, come jump in. Chris has put the link in there to join the community. So how that works is we use an app called Slack. You guys get to hang out with us inside Slack. Karen's in there, Rod's in there, like the other 300 and something people are in there asking questions, getting help. Try it for, come in, enjoy it. That's a no-brainer. I think everyone should do that. The second thing is obviously grab the AI platform, sign up to that, have that as a tool. Like, even if you're shy and you never want to go to calls or anything, you get so much value out of that thing because it's like you've got access to like my brain, Chris's brain, everyone else's brain, like, to learn this stuff, right? So, so get those two things, maybe don't pay the 25 a week thing, like, buy the proper thing. So Chris is trying to sell all the cheap
thank you
stuff.
for jumping in.
So
appreciate your time, Puneet.
Thanks, man.
Cool.
Any questions about any of this at the moment? Probably best if we just jump on a call after this, Maria, and go from there, I reckon.
Yeah, we'll get that organized.
Yeah.
Still got Paul Fisher hanging around.
Jeffrey from Trend Gadget World.
Tiff, I think, is already in the circle, or she just loves hanging out at these ones. Tiff, how are you? Good to see you again. John, Jeffrey, Krupa. Cool. Just want to make sure everyone knows like what to do moving forward. If you have any questions, guys, this is the chance. You got Paul's time to ask away. Otherwise, we'll
Jeffrey definitely needs a new website. If trendgadgetworld.com is your site, you need the converter kit.
Yeah, for sure. Perfect. All right. What do you want to do, Paul? Wrap up?
Yeah, cool. All right. Oh, hang on. He's posted something.
Definitely. Look, I'll get in touch with all of you. I think I've already spoken with a bunch of you today anyway. Look out in your SMSs, guys. I'll give you a buzz, and if you need to chat or ask a couple questions, I'm free to do so. So thank everyone for your time today. This is a pretty good session. I enjoyed everyone who takes the time out to join these and be interactive. Makes them a lot better, these sessions.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys. See you all in a second.
Thank you very much.